This war-torn intersection in Port-au-Prince is the blurred boundary, signaling we are now in gang territory.
This is an area we have never been into before.
We're told to drive to this road and someone will meet us.
He's assured us that he's sending somebody, and so we are to just wait for that person. Oh, there looks like a vehicle here, a truck.
The armed men in the front seat motion for us to follow, so we do. Over rocky and flooded streets. We're venturing deeper into land that for months Haitian security experts have warned, stay away from. But we've been assured by this gang's leader that we'll be safe. We only hope his messaging reached all the checkpoints.
4 guys in the car behind us as well, so they're fully escorting us in.
No, they've added a motorbike with 2 guys.
After 45 minutes,
they're asking us to move.
Okay.
Several dozen masked men and women, most carrying guns, direct us towards a driveway.
All right, this guy in front of us now seeming to be leading us to some sort of house. Good.
We're about to step out and meet Vitel'Homme Innocent, considered by both U.S. and Haitian authorities to be a violent criminal and leader of the Croix-Barrier gang. He's one of the FBI's 10 most wanted, with a bounty of up to $2 million, accused in the kidnapping of American missionaries and the death of another American hostage. Vitel'Homme rarely seeks media attention, yet given he commands what some U.S. officials say is the largest gang in Port-au-Prince, and his domain includes the U.S. Embassy, we wanted to better understand his motives. Vitel'Homme agrees to meet us.
Hi there.
On his turf.
I'm David.
Flanked by his followers, he leads us inside this flashy mansion.
And so is this your home?
In a room filled with gold-rimmed furniture and stuffed animals, I ask him about the crisis engulfing Haiti.
Rêve-nous, c'est débarrasser-nous exactement.
Our dream is to rid the country of the corrupt oligarchs and politicians who are holding us back, he says. We need to get rid of the system and return stability to Haiti. He speaks with intention and calls for greater dialogue. But if it's the same system that's been in power, then, as armed groups, we will never put down our weapons, he says.
And so do you have regular communications with, as you say, the other armed groups?
Yes, we're united, he tells me. The gangs have formed a coalition known as Vivre Ensemble, or Living Together, and collectively they push back on foreign intervention, holding tight their grips over a fractured state, some using terror tactics like kidnapping, rape, and murder to sustain control.
Is that something you've participated in ordering your men and women to kidnap?
He says he hopes to defend himself in court against those allegations. And while not denying his followers have kidnapped people, he deflects blame to outside forces for creating a state of corruption as he sees it. He's eager to show us other parts of his home and territory and introduces us to his top commander.
So you're his cousin?
Security experts suggest Croix-Barrier has more than 1,000 armed gang members, including recently escaped inmates.
As you can see, a lot of his armed soldiers and followers are around us. And he's suggesting that we follow and drive with him.
He brings us to the edge of his territory. We notice his guards, normally curious and watching us, are instead looking outward, cautiously, toward another gang's territory. A reminder that the coalition of gangs might be more fragile than portrayed. In the midst of our tour, a disturbing video starts circulating on WhatsApp. It reportedly shows the devastating and deadly aftermath of an allied gang attack on a community a few miles from where we are.
The destruction, the violence, the deaths that have played out. Do you take any responsibility for that?
He only says he made mistakes and is not perfect. He blames politicians. We're interrupted. Something nearby puts his guards on edge. We pick up the conversation a short distance away. Senior editor Caitlin Hu further pressing for an explanation to the horrors we've seen in Haiti.
But we have also met in hospitals women, children, innocent people who have been burned, who have been forced to leave their homes, who have been shot, who have been raped. Why are innocent people suffering in this struggle?
He does not clearly answer. Instead, he frames the months of deadly street violence as collateral damage. He points the finger at police, saying they refuse to engage in dialogue and instead recklessly open fire. Police say they're desperately trying to keep the gangs from gaining more ground. Vitel'Homme claims to be a man of faith, devout in practicing voodoo, a common religion here in Haiti.
I've heard rumors, and I don't know how true they are, so I ask you that you have voodoo protection. Do you feel that protection?
Oui.
Yes, he tells me confidently, adding that he prays daily for his fellow Haitians.
Ultimately, what is it going to take to bring stability and a future of calm to this country?
Nous déjà gon place nou récupérer.
He says he and the other armed groups need to be included in discussions of Haiti's future. That's the only way he sees convincing gang members to drop their guns in exchange for a future outside of violence.
Avec yon système konti.
As curfew nears, we head back the way we came, Vitel'Homme stopping several times along the way, mingling with locals, handing out food, smiling as though on a campaign trail.
Are we getting out?
He wants us to meet these two men, blind refugees. They tell us Vitel'Homme took them in, but it leaves us wondering, why help these men and force so many others out of their homes? Look at actions over words, he tells me. As we near the edge of his territory and the end of our 5-hour visit,
All right, let's not hang around here if we don't have to.
Vitel'Homme gets out of his motorcade, waves for us to move forward, and strolls to the desolate street corner.
À la prochaine.
He then comes to our door and shakes each of our hands. His actions, intentional and symbolic.
Everyone good?
Here we are, just a few blocks from the U.S. Embassy, and that's clearly a demonstration of how confident he is and the many he has around him displaying their show of force.
A flexing of strength in a lawless nation, where, today at least, gangs hold the power. David Culver, CNN, Port-au-Prince, Haiti.